Good morning.
Morning.
Oh, and in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Yeah. Morning, Truman. Morning, Spencer. No. Hey, you won't hurt. Sit down. Yeah, I know. Come on, Pluto.
Yo, the name's TOK, that's the theory of knowledge. Now there's some real introspection that you need to acknowledge. Take a look around the world you're in and try to envision that there's some stuff that you're missing, you're lacking mental precision. So just jump into the rabbit hole and wander with Alice. Pop a couple red pills, chase him down with the chalice. Cause you're living in malice in this perceptual palace. From the rocks of Cape Town to the Aurora Borealis. I don't care if you're a Christian or Buddhist, if you're a Jew or a nudist, just take a second and do this. Let your brain drift away outside the usual realm and delve into a world that you have never felt. What if the world around you does not exist? There is no lunar eclipse, it's just a mental abyss. Is this ridiculous to think like a solipsist and think that our soul resists the notion we pre-exist? Is there moral causation like the theory of karma? Is there a right way of living given the theory of dharma? Now that I've tried to disarm you with these thoughts I've been farming, I'ma pass the mic off to my friend named Carmen.
As you walk down the street, your senses are exploring. You may think it's familiar, but mentally it's foreign. Don't you know the mind works in mysterious ways? You get lost in brain waves like a perceptual haze. There's a whole world outside that exists as you know it. You don't need me to show it, I'm a subliminal poet, and I just want to discuss how you need to adjust, because your senses are the last thing in the world you should trust. I'ma start off by telling you that you are delusional, not because you're confusional, just the world is illusional. You're surrounded by optic tricks 24/7, from the birth of creation to the ascension to heaven. Take a look up at the sky and give me a color, then ask a random guy, he might give you another. Shadows are playing tricks on us and mentally conflicting us until we can't distinguish a real color from pixie dust.
Pixie dust, your pixie dust is what your brain is kicking up. It kicks it up, I pick it up. Perception is a cyclic rut, we mix it up internally, so verbally but thoroughly, intertwining a line of lies and spitting out a perjury. It's surgery that's needed to extract effects that stimulate our inner minds and give us mental heart attacks. Because sensation is evasion, you can see it physically, but typically we are left with mental mystery. From your eyes to ears and nose, illusions on perception are affecting us. They come and go, messing up the flow. So if I asked you this life is real, you really don't know.
Good morning.
Morning. Good morning.
Oh, and in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
So are you trapped in an internal bubble? Well, you don't know, you could be wandering like a puppet on the Truman Show. We're brought up with the idea that what we see is real, but sensation is more complex than even humans know. Like we said before, your senses are untrustable. We hang into an idea that our brains simply abruptly stole. We're stubborn as a society and cling to our beliefs, thinking there's no way that could be true. It's undiscoverable.
Undiscoverable is the world that surrounds us, mentally clouds us, so we don't doubt us. After a lifetime of training and stimulating, the idea that our senses could mislead us is so degrading. You want proof? Just take an MC Escher painting and try explaining the visual trickery. It's so constraining, mentally draining, preventing humanity from ever fully ascertaining.
Well, it's constraining. How much does it affect us? There are even some cases where false sensation can protect us. But regardless of our perceptual ineptness, we succeed as a society from space to ocean depthness. In the end, do we hold up our ideas or surrender? Cause how important is it to distinguish pink from magenta? We know that our senses work haphazardly, but when 90% of the time they work practically, it's hard to justify a change that so dramatically would alter our skepticism of the world map we see. I guess the point I'm trying to make is our senses lie every day, but we can force these flaws away or we would mentally decay. So instead of living in doubt, we just need to figure out that we, as a society, can continue with life, knowing that our senses are just okay.
Good afternoon, good evening, and good night.